Today, a political shockwave coming out of Washington. It is a mess going on there in Washington, D.C., and we have all of the coverage for you today. Two sitting members of Congress are stepping down, sending a jolt through Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill. Everyone's talking about it. It's raising serious questions about what's really happening behind closed doors. And we're going to break all of that down for you right now. California Democrat Eric Swalwell and Republican from Texas, Tony Gonzalez, both announcing they are walking away from Congress. This all coming down yesterday. The timing is sudden. The reason is very similar. Both men face allegations of sexual assault with staff members. Huge news there today. Let's start with Congressman Eric Swalwell. We talked about him yesterday. His world is being rocked right now from every different direction in just a matter of time. Multiple women have come forward accusing him of sexual assault after calls to step away from Congress. He is posting this last night. Take a look. This is what he had to say. He says, "I am deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes and judgment I've made in my past. I will fight these serious false allegations made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes I did make. I am aware of efforts to bring an immediate expulsion vote against me and other members. Expelling anyone in Congress without due process within days of allegations being made is wrong," he says. "But it's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress." He goes on to say he will work with his staff in the coming days to ensure they are able, in my absence, to serve the needs of the good people of the 14th Congressional District. Now, minutes later, he wasn't the only one. Minutes later, this came down from Congressman Tony Gonzalez, again of Texas. He's accused of having an affair with a staffer who afterwards lit herself on fire and then died. He said this last night: "There is a reason, a season for everything, and God has a plan for us all. When Congress returns tomorrow, which is today, I will file my retirement from office. It has been my privilege to serve the great people of Texas," he says. So 2 congressmen resigning in one night. While Swalwell is stepping away from Congress, he also stepped out of the race for California governor. We talked about that yesterday as well. So first, he dropped out of the race for governor. Last night, he's stepping away from his role in Congress. But let's take a look back. He's denying all allegations brought forth against him. Watch.
"A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations, and I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened, and I will fight them with everything that I have. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the frontrunner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife, and to her I apologize deeply for putting her in this position. I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years, I have served the public as a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends, and I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support, and I look forward to updating you very soon."
But again, that's the latest. He's also been accused of sleeping with a Chinese spy, an allegation that has followed him for years. Swalwell denies. In the video that you've probably seen circulating the internet, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna says it's getting worse. Not only is this a paid sex worker in the video, she says, she tells Fox News that the person filming could be an underage girl. The FBI is now investigating. Kash Patel just last night releasing a statement that the FBI would like to interview Swalwell and hear his side of the story. We'll keep you updated in his case. Now, as for Representative Tony Gonzalez, he stepped out of the race as an incumbent in Texas's 23rd district after being accused of an affair with a staffer that worked for him. At the time, when this all came to light, he too ran from cameras. Watch.
No,
You're not. Are those text messages correct? Are they accurate?
I am not going to resign. I
what-
work every day. I work every day for the people of Texas.
But are those text messages? Are they accurate? Are those real text messages?
I am
You
not going
sent
to resign. I'm
yourself?
not going to resign. I work every day for the people of Texas.
Did you carry it?
And there will be an opportunity for all the details and facts to come out. What you've seen is not all the facts.
Did you have an extramarital affair with a
What
staffer?
you've seen is not all the facts, and there'll be an ample time for all of that to come out.
What are the facts? Can you address it right now? Your constituents want to know.
My constituents are not here in D.C. My constituents are back home in Texas.
What do you make of some of your colleagues?
What do you plan to tell the speaker?
Now he's retiring after mounting pressure. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna goes on to say that she led the charge in all of this, and last night posted, "We have successfully drained part of the swamp this week with the resignation of two very corrupt members of Congress. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Now, investigations are ongoing, and we're told there could be more, so stay tuned for all of that. Meanwhile, in California, I want to bring you this matter that's taking place there. This is an eye-opener as well. So much for freedom of speech and freedom of press. State lawmakers don't care about the Constitution there in California. Check this out. California lawmakers have introduced what's known as the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Wish I was joking, but I'm not. This would criminalize investigative journalism. Simmer in this for a second. Think about it. Nick Shirley goes to California. He uncovers billions of dollars in fraud, and leaders want to penalize him and others like him. So we originally showed you this video. You've seen that here on the morning show before, how he busted phony hospice centers. They weren't real, but they were milking the state millions of dollars each. What we haven't shown you, because there's just so much to show you, is the daycare fraud in California. Watch this.
Now let's go to another one that's even more concerning, as kids are left all alone. Now we're at the Jama Shukri Family Childcare. This place is not in a shopping plaza. It's not anywhere near any place that looks like a place where a daycare would be. In fact, it's actually in one of these apartments right here. So they're able to have daycares inside apartment buildings?
Yes. So I've come across many of these. Some of these are on the third story of an apartment complex. It's only one bedroom, and yet the capacity is for 8 kids.
We just arrived at the daycare. We have 2 kids out here. I don't know if they're members of the daycare. There's no oversight right here. Can we talk to your teacher? Is your teacher there? So this is the first child we've ever encountered at one of these daycares. There's 2 kids out here right now, and we're gonna see if we can talk to the
Licensee. It is, according to this paperwork, Shukri Jama.
Can we talk to the adult?
He is not here.
Not here.
Yeah,
So you guys all by yourself?
yeah. Lock the door.
No one's here.
No one is here. No one is not here.
Okay, so you guys are all by yourself?
Okay. I can see by myself.
Yeah, okay, that's concerning. No one's watching those children, and they're all by themselves.
My heart is breaking right now. I can't. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and what makes you so emotional as a mother, seeing that those kids are just out by themselves?
Seeing the kids all by themselves. It's supposed to be a licensed daycare, and there's no adult anywhere. What is going on?
And the crazy thing is, California allocates $6 billion to childcare and daycare facilities just like these, and there are over 39,000 facilities in the state.
So instead of the state of California saying, wait a minute, these fraudsters are stealing how much of taxpayer dollars? They're not asking that question. Instead, the state of California is going after the journalists. So they're going after the journalists who expose them, not the people who are committing the fraud. You can't make this stuff up. The Stop Nick Shirley Act, if passed, independent journalists could get fined and also face jail time. The bill screams unconstitutional, but welcome to California. Let's go over to the other side of America, to the White House, where the King and Queen of the Netherlands are visiting this week, greeted with smiles and handshakes with President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, as you see there. The visit includes a formal dinner, an overnight stay, which is rare and notable for diplomatic gesture. The King and Queen will be in the United States for several days, visiting D.C., Philadelphia, and Miami. The purpose is to strengthen the U.S.-Netherlands relations and highlight cooperation on security and economic ties. And down the road at the Pentagon, another foreign leader making a visit there, the Indonesian defense minister. Watch.
Well, Minister Shafri, welcome to the Pentagon. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to host your team as well. Your visit demonstrates the importance that the War Department places on our growing security relationship, and it is growing and active, with Indonesia. In recognition of the important security collaboration we are undertaking, we are announcing today that our two countries are elevating our security partnership to a major defense cooperation partnership. I appreciate your continued support in helping the United States find, return, and protect the remains of our soldiers who fought alongside Indonesians during World War II. The signing of this Memorandum of Understanding in front of us will enable the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency to recover those missing service members and return them to their families. So thank you, Mr. Minister, for being here, and I very much look forward to our meeting and our productive discussion today.
And at the Department of Justice, we're waiting and watching as President Trump sets his eyes on naming a permanent replacement for Attorney General. We broke the story here on My Mornings with Vanessa on the short list of names for people who could be chosen for that seat, Peter TICKTIN, and he's joining us today. Peter, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here with us today. There's a lot of talk about who is going to fill that role. We're going to get to your name being circulated all across America in tight circles close to the president right now. But let's go back and start with Pam Bondi, because Americans were watching what she did closely, because when we voted in 2024, we wanted arrests to be made. Why do you think that she was moved from that position?
I don't think she was effective. I know Pam Bondi. I don't know her well at all, but I do believe that she is somebody who believes in Donald Trump, and I believe that she's faithful. I do think, though, that she leaned on and relied on, Todd Blanche and others in the department more than she should have. And Todd, I think, I'm looking for this position. I'm not necessarily looking to change who the deputy is or whatever. But if she had taken the agency by the reins and actually started to really get into doing what needed to be done, then I think that Todd Blanche would have been in a position where he would have done the things that he needed to do. But with him just basically running the agency, I mean, if you look at the DOJ now, it's no different than it was, except that he moved his office into Pam Bondi's office. So, he was running it. Whatever complaints anybody has, may be attributed to him. But one way or the other, there's things that need to be done and need to be done quickly, and including the prosecutions that people have been looking for, not because they're looking for it, but because that's the duty of the AG, is to make sure the laws of the country are enforced. And where they're basically following through with the weaponization that had started in Biden's administration, with a lot of charges against MAGA people. And, we even have cases that are still going on where, there's one lady in California who, where the Department of Justice basically pursued a charge against her because she took her son across state lines so that the school would stop trying to transition her son from becoming a girl. And so some of this is just craziness. It has to stop. And we need to look at the people that are responsible for so much that's gone wrong in this country. Instead, everything's forgotten. It's as though nobody ever organized January 6th in the first place. It's as though all those people can just go free. Oh, well, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's not what the Department of Justice needs to do. It needs to deal with the weaponization. It needs to deal with these criminals that are basically, seditionists. That's what they accused the January 6ers of. That's what they accuse all MAGA people of. And the fact of the matter is that the real ones, think about it for a second. Assume for a moment, because we know, but assume that the election in 2020 was stolen. Who stole it? Where's the responsibility for that? Who's checking? Who's checking these things down? And the fact of the matter is it's really not the Department of Justice. And where it is, it's almost like it's being done behind closed doors so that the powers that be in the DOJ don't close it down. It needs new leadership. And I happen to have been involved with under Donald Trump. I directly reported to him as I marshaled the evidence for January 6th. So I'm very familiar with January 6th and the fact that it was actually planned in advance. So, we have videos of the people that are responsible. We know who they are, and yet they're walking free. And I'm aware of the weaponization. It goes even into the COVID epidemic. Going after doctors who were against the jab or in favor of prescribing ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine. Who are these people that have been doing these things that have been done to the American people, and where is the accountability for them? So, there's a lot to be done, and that's why I threw my hat in the ring, because somebody who knows what's needed needs to be in there, and somebody who's willing to put himself at risk by going after the people where your life is threatened if you go after them. So what? We've got to save America, and this is no less an important part. If the DOJ isn't on board to make sure that we deal with the forces that be that were basically stealing America, because for 4 years it was stolen, because don't tell me that the election in 2020 wasn't stolen when we've never had anyone stop the count of ballots, no matter whether we were at war or whether we were in the middle of whatever hurricanes or storms or whatever it is. We'd never stopped the count. All of a sudden, 4 states stopped the count. 4 swing states stopped the count at the same time with not communicating. And we're supposed to believe when it changed from Donald Trump winning to Biden winning overnight, where the graph shows a straight up graph for Biden. So we know that we know what happened, because now we know about the machines. We have so much more information, and yet it is not being addressed by the DOJ. It's almost like it's a horse that somebody's going to ride, and they've got to make sure that it's not a pony horse at a party. They got to make sure that they ride this thing right and make it so that justice is brought back to America.
You're absolutely right. You're not the first person to talk about Todd Blanche just moving his office from one role and just getting a new title, because so many people have said exactly what you were just saying, that Todd Blanche was pretty much running the DOJ under Pam Bondi. So how deep is the corruption, Mr. TICKTIN, inside the Department of Justice? Does it need to be cleaned from the inside out? Surely they need to clean house across the board.
Yeah, I look. I don't accuse Todd Blanche of being, a criminal or somebody that's on the other side necessarily. I don't know, but I certainly wouldn't accuse him of such, in terms of being corrupt. But if you look at the fact that things are not being done, we had a department. The president made a department for weaponization. And when he did that, he put Ed Martin in charge of it. And then wonderful people like, well, I won't give you all the names, but they're wonderful people were hired and put in that department. And if you want to see a defeat of the weaponization department, what you do is you make sure they don't get a dime. You starve them. You gather the best people, and then you starve them. And they've all quit now, except for Ed Martin. And Ed Martin's one of the few people that I would trust with my life. I mean, he is totally a patriot, and but he's been neutralized by the way the Department of Justice has been operating.
Yes, he has. We're big fans of Ed Martin. But again, Mr. Ticktin, American people want arrests. We've seen no arrests. So somewhere in there, there's a holdup. In your heart, what do you firmly believe is the holdup from us seeing any arrests?
It's just that, you've got a man who's running the department. And he's running it like a well-oiled machine, which is what everybody wants. And they want to keep him there because the department is running well, because he's letting the lifers basically do what they need to do. But at the same time, his agenda is not the same as the president. The president wanted to see compensation for people he called patriots, the January 6ers, who were so totally innocent people that were done such wrongs to. I mean, where marriages were dissolved, people spent years in prison, many of them major time in solitary confinement, even the way they were arrested, where they'd bring 60 officers to their homes and they had to stand outside, sometimes in their underwear in the cold, afraid to move because they look at their children and the children have all the red dots on their chests from the guns and rifles that are aimed at them with the laser sights. So, there was really wrong done to some people, even to some police. And those things need to be rectified. But that's never happening there, not under Todd Blanche. And we're seeing other things like that, a slowdown of pardons with the weaponization under Biden's department. I mean, look, say what you want, but the Biden's DOJ, was run ingeniously in terms of the weaponization. And there's thousands of people that need to now be pardoned in order to set the record right. And so we see 30 in a month or 30 over a period of time. There's been none in March. And we're getting into April now, and we keep hearing there's going to be 250. But even that's only a small number next to what needs to be done for the people that were wrongly prosecuted. So if you take the attitude that the DOJ is fine and we need to defend everything that's gone on before, and don't you dare criticize the DOJ, then you're going to be in a situation where nothing's going to improve. Instead, you've got to look at what's wrong with the DOJ, acknowledge what's wrong with it, and change the DOJ so that it works. And so, because right now, it's almost the enemy of the people. There's so many innocent people that are still charged, or where just minor little things that went wrong or were done wrong are treated as major crimes. And what they do to these people, they make sure they're debanked, or the monies that they have and the property they have is all seized, so they can't even hire lawyers. They put pressure like nobody's ever seen before on people to plead guilty to these charges. God help them if they, if they actually want to go to trial, where then they're going to end up in jail for a long time, renting the courtroom. There's so much that has to change so that it's right and that it's fair. And by closing your eyes and just taking the right of, hey, I'm an important person, I'm the Attorney General, and I don't need to change the department. I just need to protect whatever is there because I'm a team player. It's just the wrong way to go about it.
So you throw your hat in the ring. A lot of buzz surrounding your name and what your plans are for the Department of Justice. What are you hearing from the Trump administration? Have you actually spoken to President Trump about this?
No, I've let him know that that I have my hat's in the ring. And I've talked to some people around him, and what I'm hearing is that what I did was kind of out of the box, but good. So I'm encouraged to. I I think I started off with about a 5% chance of getting the position. I think I'm up to about maybe over 50% at this time. As far as I'm concerned, I've got a pretty good shot. It's going to take a little bit more. Donald Trump knows me as as a kid that's 17 years old. I don't know that he realizes that I'm somebody that's a little bit more formidable now. I'm an active litigator. I go 24 hours a day. Well, that's an exaggeration. I sleep too. But, I give it a good 14 hours a day, every day. I'm a trial lawyer, so I'm on my feet through the trials and thinking sharply. So it's not as though I'm any less capable. I'm the same age as the president, 4 months older than he is. I mean, after all, we were classmates. But I really threw my hat in the ring because I don't know anybody else that's going to be able to do what I'm going to be able to do to change this. I'll be able to do the things necessary. Tina Peters will come out of prison. The things that the president wants done need to be done, and that's the real difference.
Let's talk about Tina Peters. Our viewers follow her case closely. The last time we reported, we talked about the Colorado Supreme Court, their decision, and then going back to the same court where she was sentenced. Can you give us any update on her case?
Yes, we will be filing a motion for rehearing in the Court of Appeals. There's two major things that were missed by the Court of Appeals, two major mistakes that they made. One was completely overlooked and the other was completely misunderstood. The supremacy clause is extremely important in her case. If you're an employee of the state of any state, and you violate state laws in order to enforce or obey federal laws are supreme. So you're allowed to actually violate state laws if it means obeying federal laws. And if you're a state employee, you're allowed to remove a state action to federal court if the supremacy clause applies. But if you're not a state employee, you're not allowed to do that. So Tina Peters did attempt to do it because she had been a state employee, but the federal court refused to accept it, and it went to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, and they refused to allow it as well. So she was stuck in the state court, but the Court of Appeals got it wrong. They thought that she didn't even bother to try, that she didn't get removed to the federal court on her own doing. So that's one big mistake that they made that's going to get corrected. And the other is the fact that we had a juror in that case. It's funny because the same day that the Court of Appeals came out with Tina Peters' decision, they came out with another decision for a murderer or somebody that was convicted of murder, because in that case, there was a question in terms of one of the jurors being, influenced. Well, the funny thing is that's what happened in Tina Peters' case. The judge completely ignored it. It was required to do an inquiry and have a hearing on it and ask the juror certain questions. He never did. And this is one of the major issues that's going on. So we are also pushing the Court of Appeals to deal with that issue, which they just ignored in our case while they dealt with a murderer in a completely different way. And so this should be able to get us a new trial, and in which case we'll be able to prevail in another trial if we have one. So that's what we're doing next. But ultimately, after that, depending on the outcome, we still have the Supreme Court in mind for the pardon issue as well as the supremacy clause issue.
Good update there. I do want to talk about, we have just a couple of minutes left here, Mr. TICKTIN. I want to talk about her health. We do know that Tina Peters is in deplorable conditions with the worst of the worst in prison. And we have said before that her health is deteriorating. But one big advocate for Tina Peters is President Trump. He posts often to free Tina Peters. He has mentioned in his post, which we hadn't seen before, is that Tina Peters is suffering from cancer. Can you confirm that?
No, that Tina Peters had suffered from cancer in the past and had about a third of one of her lungs removed. So she's compromised. So, what I think the president really is getting at is the fact that she's a cancer victim that is now still not a full person in terms of her health, as though she never had cancer. Her health is compromised to a great extent. She's had a perpetual cough in this facility. She's 70 years old, and she is still sleeping on 2-inch mattresses. I'll tell you the worst part of it is this, and this is what's really crazy. There's a big difference between men and women in the way they're treated in Colorado. Men in their facilities, they have a place for the monsters. There's a maximum security prison for men that are monsters. And then there's medium security and minimum security. For the women, there's certain breakdown where certain units are for the monsters. But for some reason, they put Tina Peters in with the monsters. So, and why? She should be in a place where she's not. And then where she gets assaulted by anybody, they reward the person who's assaulting her, so that the prisoners are getting the impression that if they assault Tina Peters, they're going to either get an earlier release or some other benefits. And that's what's occurring there. So this is craziness. It's more than health is their safety that we really need to look at. And God help us if anything happens to Tina Peters while she's in prison. I hope whoever the Attorney General is of the United States, they're going to look at who's responsible for this. And I'm not just talking about whoever may cause her harm, but for the people that wrongfully put her there. Because let's put it all together. Why is she an American hero? Why do people say she's an American hero? It's because what she did was to protect the election system and investigate the election system. She imaged the hard drive of a Dominion machine because General Griswold, the real criminal, the one that for 62 counties, contrary to federal law, wiped the computers clean. And here she is now running to be the highest law enforcement officer in the state of Colorado. And the person who was investigating her is the one that's in prison being treated so wrong.
Unbelievable that what's right is wrong in Colorado and what's wrong is right. But keep up the good fight. We follow this case, as you know, very closely. And when you talk to Tina, give her our love and tell her that we're praying for her daily.
I will.
And we know that good things are to come for Tina Peters and for yourself. Keep us updated in your quest for Attorney General. Mr. TICKTIN, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Now to the viral firestorm after this picture of President Trump was posted online. Did you see this one? This one was fun, caused a lot of controversy on social media. Sharp reactions from both sides, as many believed he was depicting himself as Jesus. Critics say he crossed the line. The photos content showing an AI image of President Trump looking like Jesus healing a sick man. And while the internet went crazy about this photo, I went back to this photo right here. Do you remember this one? This was in 2024 during the Paris Olympics, the opening ceremony, a parody of the Last Supper, flamboyant attire, as you can see there. The director said it was meant to represent a great pagan festival. But you decide, was this the Last Supper or something else? But it seems like the rules apply to thee, but not for me when it comes to the Democrats. But back to President Trump and his post yesterday, he took it down, and he had this to say about the meaning of his post.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as the doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, "How did they come up with that?" It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better. As an example, the 11,000, I understand your husband's going through treatment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's
He has
going through
cancer.
some very serious cancer treatment, so
Yes, sir.
this goes a long way.
Yes, sir. It sure does.
All right, so America can carry on today. That was yesterday. Today is a new day, and I'm sure that critics will find something new to complain about in regards to the president. Well, the president, as you just saw, was speaking to reporters yesterday outside the Oval Office. He was there because he had a special delivery, a DoorDash full of McDonald's burgers from a granny who has saved thousands of dollars thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill. It was a fun moment to watch. Take a look.
McDonald's.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
That's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it?
They're all your favorites.
That's good. These are good. Vanessa's doing a good job. So, the reason for this is the fact that I heard you picked up an extra $11,000 that you didn't get because.
So what they're talking about there is that the woman, the granny, has saved $11,000 a year thanks to the tax cuts in the Big Beautiful Bill. One of the reporters then asked her, does the White House tip well? And she says, well, I don't know. At that time, President Trump took out a $100 bill and handed it to the DoorDash delivery driver. More to come here this morning. Microplastics, how it affects the human body, plus a new effort to make sure every child in America has a home. It's in our health segment coming up next. But first, we have more from yesterday's DoorDash delivery. So much fun to watch. We'll leave you with this as we go to break.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
Oh, that's very nice. Look at this. The reason for this is the fact that I heard you picked up an extra $11,000 because the tax bill was so big. The refund was the biggest you've ever had. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, I saved over $11,000.
It's really, you know, we call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. We should call it the Great Big Beautiful Tax Cut Bill because it's tremendous amounts of money.
And are the White House good tippers? Do you know?
Wait.
Potentially. Yes, very.
And I especially want to thank you for being here.
Well, I want to thank you for the no tax on tips. It has helped my family out immensely, and I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Have you ever noticed how complicated it is to get your medication? When you're not feeling well or you're running low on something, it turns into a whole process. You call the doctor, your appointment's days away, you sit in the waiting room, then you stand in line at the pharmacy, and sometimes they don't even have it. That's the old system. It is slow, it's frustrating, and it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I've been telling you about All Family Pharmacy. My family loves it, and I use them myself. You go online, you choose what you need, you fill out a short medical form, and one of their licensed doctors reviews your request. If it's appropriate, they write up the prescription, and it ships straight to your front door. This is how healthcare should work. If you believe in being prepared like I do, this is one of the smartest moves you can make. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Use the code Lindell10 to save 10% today.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice. Speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including LINDELLTV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to LINDELLTV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, regular $69.98. Now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
Making America healthy again. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is targeting bad actors from every direction. There's new information today coming out about microplastics, tiny particles that come from larger plastics, and they end up in our food, in our water, in the soil, and also in the air. Environmental contamination, and HHS is trying to get a handle on it.
We do not have a map for how microplastics travel through the body, which organs and cell types they target, and which biological pathways they disrupt.
We are launching STOMP, which stands for Systematic Targeting of Microplastics. It's a $144 million national program to measure, understand, and to remove microplastics from the human body.
We know that microplastics are found in a lot of different types of body fluids and body tissues. They've been identified in almost every organ system where we've known to look.
We have evidence that plastics are everywhere. We have some in us. We don't have a very clear understanding how bad are they true. The reality is that it's really, really hard to measure microplastics in human tissues.
We can't treat what we cannot measure.
We will build gold standard methods for detecting and quantifying microplastics across blood, tissue, and organs.
These don't even exist right now. We want a test that gives you a result in 15 minutes for no more than $50.
The other really big unknown that we're trying to tackle this problem is, where are they going and what are they doing? It's kind of a black box.
There's so many different types of microplastics of different size and scale. They go to different parts of our body, from the brain to even the mitochondria.
What is in the body, what's causing the harm, and how do we remove it?
The ultimate aim of the STOMP program is to develop technologies to remove toxic microplastics from the body.
STOMP will develop targeted interventions to limit accumulation and clear what's already there.
There's just so much unknown in this field that it's a really exciting time to be at a place like ARPA-H where we can drive this type of investment.
This field has been working in the dark long enough, and STOMP turns on the lights. Thank you.
And you can be exposed through what you eat, what you drink, also what we breathe. You can reduce exposure, we've talked about this before, by using less plastic when possible, avoid heating food in plastic containers, and also vacuum and dust regularly. It's hard to fathom that children don't have a place to call home, but that's the reality for many foster children in America. And today we're introducing you to a new initiative aimed at making sure every child in America has a roof over their head with a loving family by their side.
I'm Alex Adams. I'm the Assistant Secretary for the Administration for Children and Families. Last December, we launched a campaign called A Home for Every Child. This was one of our ways of implementing the Fostering the Future executive order that President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump signed in November. When we say a home for every child, what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase the ratio of foster homes to foster kids nationally. Right now, we have a national shortage of foster homes. If we have 100 foster kids coming into the system, we only have 57 homes to care for them. We can and we must do better. When we do not have enough homes for children, children end up in non-traditional settings, government offices, hotels, Airbnbs. When we launched this, we offered states a choice. If they joined the Home for Every Child campaign, they would get administrative relief. We would get them out of mountains of paperwork so that they could spend more time focused on things that actually improve child welfare outcomes. They would have more time working with kids, more time working with families. What happened next exceeded our wildest expectations. Just 100 days into the launch of this campaign, we now have 15 jurisdictions, 14 states, and the District of Columbia joining this initiative. There's growing bipartisan support, and we couldn't be more pleased to work together to increase the ratio of homes to kids. What excites me the most is that those states are going to be providing monthly data to us on the ratio of homes to kids. We'll see trends, we'll have cross-state comparisons, and I think that's going to unlock competition. When we've been out meeting with governor's office's staff, they've talked a lot about, well, let us know how the other states are doing so that we can provide services that one-up them. I think unlocking competition with near real-time insights is going to lead to meaningful progress and program improvement. We've had 15 states join, but we have a long way to go. So I'd ask that you talk to your governor's office. I'd ask that you talk to your state lawmakers, talk to in-state advocates. We need more states to join the Home for Every Child campaign so that collectively we can get to a point where we have homes waiting on kids, not kids waiting on homes. Thank you.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
All right, we have more to come this morning. A look inside Boeing's warehouse in South Carolina. We will take you on a tour. But first, a reminder that I'm on all social media platforms. You can follow me there on X, Vocal, Truth Social, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. I love connecting with your viewers. I was actually talking to a couple during the last commercial break. So make sure you're following me on social media. We'll be right back.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
America's founders warned that without knowledge and virtue, no nation can remain free. Yet through the steady infiltration of Marxist ideology, we have been stripped of both, and we are no longer a moral and educated people. To save America, we must spark nothing less than a national renaissance. That's why you need Freedom Talk Magazine, the journal of truth and virtue. We cultivate enlightened thinking and principled living, offering unique insights into the issues and remarkable people defining our world. Sign up today for your free subscription to Freedom Talk Magazine and join the new American Renaissance.
If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then this message is for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to make America healthy again. And 2 of their best-selling health supplements are leading the way. First is Liver Health Formula. Over 100 million Americans have a sluggish liver that's riddled with fatty deposits. This can kill your metabolism, pile on the pounds, and make you feel tired. Liver Health Formula takes care of that. It supports thriving liver health with special nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. This is one of the easiest ways to slim down and revitalize your energy levels. Next is lymph system support. If you struggle with fluid buildup or swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, this is for you. The natural ingredients in lymph system support help gently flush away extra fluid and toxins out of your body. And right now, for a limited time, you can get 35% off liver health formula and lymph system support, along with 50 plus other health supplements that Pure Health Research has to offer. So head over to purehealthresearch.com and use promo code Lindell at checkout. That's purehealthresearch.com, promo code Lindell to save 35% on your order today. It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, regular $69.98. Now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
Manufacturing is back. Secretary Sean Duffy is giving us an inside look this morning at the Boeing plant in South Carolina. Duffy says this is the greatest export of any company in America, and we are bringing it back to the golden age.
Here at Boeing, South Carolina, this is the greatest export of any company in America. This is great American manufacturing, American innovation. So this has all been redesigned.
We continue to innovate and find better ways to do it.
So what we build here is sold around the world. You do more to offset our trade imbalance than anybody, which we're grateful for. I know the president's grateful for that as well. I want to thank all of the Boeing staff, the team here at South Carolina, and all the work you do in the community, and all the jobs that are provided. Southern hospitality, you guys rock.
And let's see how we're doing on the economic side of things. Going over to marketwatch.com. Ooh, it's good to see that green this morning. The Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ all up at this hour. It was in the red yesterday to start the week, but looking good right now. Wall Street opening higher today as investors breathe a little easier on hopes that tensions in the Middle East could cool down, at least for now. Early trading showing the Dow up. And again, the S&P 500 up, the NASDAQ up as well. So good to see this morning. In your news to go as you start your day, President Trump is heading to Las Vegas. He will be speaking on Thursday, touting the big, beautiful bill and how Americans are saving big this tax season. That's on Thursday. Then on Friday, he is heading to Arizona to team up with Turning Point USA for a big rally there. This is their website. You can go to buildtheredwall.com. Get all the information you need. It is on a first come, first served basis. So if you're planning on attending, get there early. Trust me, the lines start in the overnight hours, sometimes earlier. So make sure you get there early to see Turning Point USA, President Trump, Erica Kirk for the Build the Red Wall rally. That is in Arizona on Friday. You can catch all of the coverage on LINDELLTV.com, as well as read all of the big news articles of the day on the Lindell Report. Never miss a beat on LINDELLTV.com. Also, make sure you have downloaded the Lindell TV app. That is free in your app store. And our daily Bible verse of the day comes from the book of Peter. The Bible says this: most important of all, continue to show deep love for each other, for love covers a multitude of sins. So go out and spread love today to all of your neighbors. And that'll do it for us here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. And we leave you today with sights of Las Vegas, where again, President Trump will be speaking this Thursday. Have a good day, America, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Have you ever noticed how complicated it is to get your medication? When you're not feeling well or you're running low on something, it turns into a whole process. You call the doctor, your appointment's days away, you sit in the waiting room, then you stand in line at the pharmacy, and sometimes they don't even have it. That's the old system. It is slow, it's frustrating, and it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I've been telling you about All Family Pharmacy. My family loves it, and I use them myself. You go online, you choose what you need, you fill out a short medical form, and one of their licensed doctors reviews your request. If it's appropriate, they write up the prescription, and it ships straight to your front door. This is how healthcare should work. If you believe in being prepared like I do, this is one of the smartest moves you can make. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Use the code LINDELL10 to save 10% today.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice. Speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including LINDELLTV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to LINDELLTV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, MyPillow mattresses and MyPillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard MyPillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's gonna ship absolutely free.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
America's founders warned that without knowledge and virtue, no nation can remain free. Yet through the steady infiltration of Marxist ideology, we have been stripped of both, and we are no longer a moral and educated people. To save America, we must spark nothing less than a national renaissance. That's why you need Freedom Talk Magazine, the journal of truth and virtue. We cultivate enlightened thinking and principled living, offering unique insights into the issues and remarkable people defining our world. Sign up today for your free subscription to Freedom Talk Magazine and join the new American Renaissance.
If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then this message is for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to make America healthy again. And 2 of their best-selling health supplements